Hey guys, good morning. Dave Santarelli from Santarelli Trading Exchange, BreakingChartAlerts.com, and Stock Options Trading Academy. First things first, guys. Last night, Disney shut down their parks. Universal shut down their parks. Michigan closed their schools. The Fed put in $1.5 trillion into the economy, the market here. Markets are seeing a nice little pop this morning, up about 6%. Probably going to hit limit ups here. And, if we do start to get a pop here, might be a good buying opportunity. Going to see how the markets react the first 15 minutes of the day here. That's going to be really important to see if we continue that climb or if we hit the highs here, hit resistance, and continue back here. So not doing anything just yet. Going to give the market some time here, and we're going to be looking at some trades. Like perfect example right here on the right that we have. Let me share the screen with you guys. So perfect example here is, first off, on the left, we're going to be looking at Diamond ETF. If we're going to get up to that, 229 area and then fail and retrace again, it's Friday. So like I said, give it the first 15 minutes of the day here, up about 6.22% now, up about 1,300 points. Facebook is looking like a nice buying opportunity here. If we do start to rebound, this will probably be one of the first trades I get. And I'd probably do something either like the 165 strike calls for the April or May expiration, probably the May. Or I could even do something if I wanted to make a little bit larger of a trade in. I could do like a 155, 160 in the money vertical call spread for May's expiration. So we're going to take a look at that, see what the markets are doing the first 15 minutes of the day, and see if we have any opportunities here that we could day trade on and make some start, at least some long positions possibly. See what's going on here. All right, so about 2 minutes until opening bell. Guys, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know in the trade room or on the YouTube chat. Bob says he loves when we go live before the open. Me too, Bob. Kelly Lupo, 2 likes already. Tim Thomas, good morning. Sergi, good morning, everyone. Tom, good morning. Skyjack, good morning. Let's make some money today, guys. I still have the booking put spreads open. One of the cruise lines just canceled their trips for the next few months here. So booking right now, it's at 1301. I'm showing up $20, up 1.61%. Still holding open that position. Not doing anything with that yet. Still think that's a weak sector here in the market. Facebook, though, I'm going to be watching that today. I'm going to be watching some of the other tech trades. Let's see. Skyjack asks about Oxy. Sergi asks about Oxy ideas. So Oxy, Occidental Petroleum. Carl Icahn started buying that yesterday, and that had a nice pop yesterday. It's currently up about 12%. Here comes the market, guys. We'll go over Oxy here. Just remind me again. I'm showing booking 1355. Let me see BKNG. I'll keep that 1362 on booking. Facebook 163.81 markets. Let's put it on the today 1 minute. Let's put Q's on here as well.
Mnuchin says if Congress wants to pursue economic stimulus in manner other than payroll tax cut, we will work with them. Mnuchin says low interest rates going to be a huge boon to the U.S. economy. Want to make sure airlines can provide domestic travel.
Market's still getting a nice little pop here. 1 minute in. Booking still at
S&P
1363.
futures up 164 now. Dow futures up 1,426. Nasdaq up 518.
I think I might start a position on Facebook here.
$34 at 34.
Qs are still on the run. Facebook looks like that could have a big day. We take a look at the 3-month daily here. What we're going to be looking at on Facebook here is a quick 170 to 180 is where I'd be taking profit. So going to give it a couple more, maybe another minute or so here. Let me start looking at the option chain, seeing what I want to do. I definitely want to give it enough time, so I'd go with the April Expo.
It's very important. Obvious that coronavirus having an impact.
The 165 strike call for Facebook's going for about, we could pick that up for about $11.50 to $12 a contract. Quite expensive, but like I said, if we look at this daily chart here, we could easily get back up to 180. Watching Facebook here, watching Diamond, watching Qs above. Just watching what the market's doing right here. Seeing if we're going to retrace back down to that 10 or start to climb once again. First 10-15 minutes really important here. Qualcomm. Still continuing to pull back from the highs at 931. So we wouldn't be entering that Facebook trade. That's what we're waiting for. Seeing if we come back down to that 10 there. If we start to bounce, that's when I'm going to take this option chain and initiate a trade into Facebook here for the April Expo.
13.5% now. Lima Romeo November on heavy volume.
AMD and McDonald's MCD was upgraded to a buy this morning. MCD opened high and it retraced and is at the lows of the day right now. Here's MCD coming down to the 10 now, near the lows of the day right here at 934.
GLBS, Golf Lima Bravo Sandy. Shares getting another pop here. 52 cents on Opus Maritime, GLBS.
Guys, we got a special guest in the house. I'm going to be announcing him soon here. I just want to wait and see what's going on at this 10 here with the Diamond ETF. You guys are going to be excited.
Hope I don't disappoint.
Nah, you won't disappoint them. We'll go on the camera view here at like 9:45, 9:55 once we see what the markets are doing here. Still pulling back from the highs this morning on Diamond and Qs. I'm waiting right here. It's about 9:36 now. If we start to bounce off this yellow 10-day SMA on the Diamond ETF, the Qs, and Facebook, like I said, I'm going to initiate a trade on Facebook for the April 17th Expo.
NCLH, Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings, halted on a circuit breaker. CCL, Carnival, halted.
Let's see what RCL is doing today. Up about 11% at the lows of the day, though. Kelly says, special guest Steven Mnuchin. No, we have Efrain here from Miami. You guys know Efrain?
Yo.
What's going on?
What's up? What's up? Glad to be here today.
Nice having him here. Took a trip up from Miami this morning. What time did you leave?
5:30ish.
5:30?
Yeah.
Wow. Got here around, no, not bad. Got here in 3 hours. That's pretty quick.
Yeah.
I got to start coming down there doing some live videos.
Gotta come.
How far are you from the Intercontinental in Miami? What's that, downtown?
I'm more in Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale?
Cold Springs area.
I think one of our other members, we got a few members down there, don't we?
Yeah. Have some in Pompano Beach.
Crossing below that 10 right now, guys. So watch and see now if we come down to that 20. That's why we haven't done anything yet. We got to the highs at around 9:31 and we started pulling back. So just keep an eye. That's what we're watching for here. Market's still up about 850 points, but far off the 1,300 it was just up. So that's what I mean about patience and discipline. You know, a lot of people, they say, you know, first 5-10 minutes of the market, they see it up. They say, oh, let me buy. And then you have that retracement there of 600 points. And, you know, and then they're down a quick 40%. And they're like, oh, what do I do? And then they hurry up, scramble, take a loss. And then it might pop here once you get down to the 20 and start to climb. So that's why I usually say around 9:45 is when I like to start trading. You can see what the market's doing, and you could kind of get a clue there of the sentiment in the markets, you know.
All the chaos.
Exactly. There goes Facebook still dropping. So when I was first talking about that, it was almost at 165. I didn't put in the order yet because we had that red candle below the previous candle's body. You're from PA?
Yeah, Lancaster.
Oh, you are? Yeah. Tommy T says 2 PA boys living the life in Florida. I didn't know you were from PA, Amish country. We used to go down there for the plays all the time. My grandmother's very religious.
Yeah.
What are you know how they have the Jesus plays there? I mean, it's a big deal out there. What's that big Amish buffet thing that's always out there? A smorgasbord or something?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. You know, they had Dutch Wonderland there.
Yeah, we always went with my family, and it was like a yearly thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the sticky buns. Ooh.
Yeah, and they have the shop in the basement there, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Brings me back to life over there. See, they're still riding carriages.
I know, yeah. Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Diamond's getting down to that 20 ETF, or the 20 SMA right now. Let's see if we're going to hold it, or if we're going to continue to pull back here. Market's now only up 650 points. Just a minute ago I said it was up 850. Another 200-point pullback. So that's what I mean about patience and discipline. You don't want to get yourself caught up here and be riding a wave lower when you're buying those calls near the top.
Emotions are high, right?
Emotions are high for sure. Carl said this may be a false pop in the market. I agree, Carl. I think we're still going to have another week or two of tough times.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're falling below that 20 right now. We'd be looking for the confirmation candle on the Diamond ETF. Guys, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Share it on social media. Really appreciate that. Facebook down to 161 now. Now that contract that was about worth 11.50 to 12, now you can pick that up for about 10.50. So that's already a 30% pullback there if you got those calls when we were looking at them. And that's why it's so important to follow that trade plan. I'm sure they will all close soon. Oh, she's probably talking about the cruise ships. Yeah, look at RCL. That's almost at a loss now for the day. That was just up 11%, RCL, Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines. Are you watching that?
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
That's what you have right over there, right?
Yeah, this is RCL. This is a daily chart. I could change it to a minute chart here. Now RCL is almost turning red here. It's only up 16 cents now for the day, but look at that pullback there. Big pop in the morning, and then just pull back. It was halted here, pulling back. Wonder what the airlines are doing. Let's take a look at Delta. Delta was up $4 more. It's almost near $40. Now it's back down to 35.
That's a tug of war candle right there.
Yeah, but right now you're seeing we're getting a little bounce off the 20 SMA here. So, if we start to climb, we could easily get back up to that 223. First target resistance, second's going to be 226. But got to wait for these confirmation candles. MACD's still not giving us a sign yet. Kevin Cullen said lots of people getting out of positions on this pop. I agree. But we might see a little bit of buyers coming in. But like I said, coronavirus isn't going anywhere yet. The only good news that did come out is China said that the cases now are down to negligible levels. And they're starting to reopen. Apple actually opened up their stores back in China.
Yeah.
So maybe another month or so here until temperatures warm up, the virus dissipates.
They said anything after 80 degrees.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Now we're excited for
Florida.
94 degrees in March.
I think we're back in the mid-80s today here too, right?
Yeah.
See, those candles are so small now on Diamond, so just watching that for now.
Tweeting now, the Fed must finally lower the Fed rate to something comparable to their competitor central banks. Jake Powell and group are putting us.
Wow. Trump wants to lower rates again here.
Disadvantage should never have been this way. Also stimulate.
I'm going to jump into a couple of contracts right now. I'm just going to get 4 contracts for around 40. Now let's do 3,300, because we still don't know what the market's going to do yet here. Let's put in an order for 1120. It's going to be a $3,300 trade if it gets executed. Let's take a look at the order status. It's live, still not executing. Change that. Let's change it up to... Yeah, we'll change it up to 11.5.
GOBS hitting new highs now.
Alrighty, there we go. We just got in Facebook, guys. We got in for 11.50. So here's the trade we got. We got 3 contracts of the Facebook 165 strike call for the April 17th, 2020 Expo. And we put in a limit order of 11.50, which was executed and fulfilled and in the account right now. So just wanted to share that with you guys. And there we go. And Facebook, the reason why I got Facebook, as I said, this had a big drop here. Got down to some major support areas from going all the way back to early 2019 and February 2019, and even going all the way back here to September of 2018. And that goes all the way back to 2017. So it's a nice support area here that we're starting a trade on. If we break that support,
Russia's energy minister Novak says oil prices could increase to $40 to $45 a barrel in the second half of the year.
$40 to $45 a barrel. Tom says it's going to be a buying opportunity soon, not now. I agree. Think a couple more weeks,
Yep.
but
Everything's shutting down for 30 days. already.
exactly, yeah.
And a lot of people are saying, "Hey, I'm gonna buy now because it's so low." You know what I tell them? Tell them, try catching a falling knife.
Yeah.
You're not gonna. You're gonna
I mean,
hurt
and
yourself.
think about it. It's every industry, because Facebook, for example, too. These companies, a lot of companies, they do local ads on Facebook. That's not going to be coming in if everything's shut down.
Right.
All these major companies that are working from home, there's no need to advertise for them now.
Nope.
A lot of there's actually a lot of restaurants around here that shut down. This one Mexican place that we go to, that place shut down.
Really?
Five Guys yesterday was shut down. I don't know what it was for, but Groupon, or not Groupon, what is it, Uber Eats, sent me a message saying that the store's closed.
Seriously?
Yeah. I don't know why, if it was over the coronavirus or not, but
OPK shares spiking here now. $2.16 Oscar Papa Kilo. And
yeah.
That's
New
weird.
York State contracts with the company for up to 5,000 tests per day. That's OPK.
OPK is going to do 5,000 tests per day. That's going to get a big pop there, huh?
It's good news. Real good news.
I think I might get in some shares of that. Look at the news on OPK, will you? See if there's anything I'm missing. It's getting a nice pop there. I could jump in a little bit.
Was surging 50% after BioReference Laboratories unit said it's now accepting specimens from U.S. healthcare providers.
So is it legit?
Yeah. Hold on.
I didn't place the order yet.
Has teamed up with New York State Department.
Oh, it teamed up with New York State Department?
Yeah, that's legit.
Yeah.
New York is right now
Well, let me change the price. It had a nice little...
trying to avoid what LA County is doing.
I'll make a small trade on it. I got 1,500 shares for $3,100. I'll look just for a quick little pop on that. And if they teamed up with New York State Department, that's not going anywhere. That had a big pop the other day, up to almost $3.
Jeez.
If China's really dissipating the cases, though, that means that this should leave in the next month or so. So that's a good sign.
Very good sign.
95 is the consensus.
See what the Diamond ETF's doing here. Qs.
And for the newbies, why do you look at the diamond? What is that?
That's just like the Dow, it's an ETF with the largest stocks, and I just like looking at that to get a feel for what the general market's doing. It's really important. You know what they say, go with the flow.
Mm-hmm.
What's that other saying they say? Can't think of it right now. Yeah, the trend is your friend, right? So if the market's dropping, of course you're not going to want to jump in something going long, and if it's popping, you're not going to want to short it. So I always like looking, like if I want to jump into a NVIDIA trade, for example, I like looking at the Qs, making sure that that's same trend that I want to do that NVIDIA trade in.
Okay.
You know.
So is the DIA this exact same as the Dow?
Yeah, it has a
Right online?
yeah, basically. Largest stocks, it mimics,
And SPY
you know,
S&P?
SPY's S&P. So, I don't trade SPY much. There's a lot of people out there that love to trade the SPY, but, I'm not a big ETF fan. I like looking at individual companies. I just like looking at the ETFs to get, a general trend of the market. I like using our trade plan, getting a general trend of the market, and then making our targets, resistance, stops, and following that trend. I don't care what the market's doing. I don't care if it's breaking out or breaking down. We make money in any type of market. You just got to follow that trade plan, and you got to be disciplined.
Yeah.
And then when the market does correct, or it what's the word I'm looking for here? Once it does start to turn here, from the drop that we've had, that's when I'd start going long and start doing some longer term exposure. Because when the market does turn here, that's going to be when I want to take a little bit larger of a trade, maybe 10%, maybe 15% of the account value, and start getting some ATM in or some in the money call spreads or some at the money calls, and start riding those higher and take gains along the way. If you have 2 days of a quick 1,000-point gain, I don't want to use that trade just to ride it all the way up to the top.
Yeah.
I want to lock in profits and then use some of those profits along the way, because that's how a lot of the people lose as well. They get greedy, they start buying, they don't take their profits, and then you have that retracement, that pullback, and then they lost all their profits, and now they're starting to take a loss on the trade. And you got to protect capital, and the best thing is to take profits along the way. If you have a quick 20, 30, 40% profit, why wouldn't you take it along the way? And then if you have, let's say you have $2,000 in that trade, you make a quick 40% return. That's an $800 gain. So if you have $2,000 invested in that trade, you made $800 profit. Take that money, put that money into a different trade once you're situated, done, and that $800 now, if you have a 50% stop on that, that means you're only risking $400, and you're still using the house's money. So even if you do trigger that stop, you're still ahead that $400 from that first trade. So exactly. And then once you have that $800 trade, if you make 50%, you have a $400 gain. Now that $800 that you first started with is worth $1,200, and and then you keep initiating those new trades, locking in profits along the way. And then once you do get that reversal, let's say, remember back in February, markets were climbing, and then you have that one big drop. That's the retransitioning period. That's where you have to say, okay, now we're starting to see the market below the previous 10, 20 SMA, below support, and we're in breakdown momentum. Now we got the confirmation from the MACDs, the SMAs, and then you're looking at that and you're saying, okay, am I still going to go long here, or is the market now trending lower? And just like we saw, that first day is when we called it, hey, something's not right with the market here. And what was the reason because of that? It was because of the coronavirus. And once the fear hit with that, and the markets just tumbled, and we were able to profit on the way down there, just like we were profiting from the way up.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's so important to follow your trade plan and look and see what these ETFs are doing and what the general markets are doing. So that's why I always, because if I'm in Facebook or if I'm in a Nike or whatever it is I'm in, it doesn't matter. If the market is going to head lower, it's going to take everything down with it. So that's why it's so important to take a look at these ETFs, see what they're doing, and the trend is your friend. So. Alrighty, so now we're seeing a drop down to the 50 here on Facebook. OPK came right down to the 20, still on the climb. Do you guys have anything you want us to take a look at? Jorge says TLT getting killed because zero dealer and bank balance sheet capacity to fundraise. DXY ripping higher. Jorge, what are you trading? You in anything today? Keep going to grab my coffee and I threw it out.
Oh, that's already another one?
I think, yeah. Here, I'm going to give you my phone. Please, whatever you want to get to. Let me wipe this off with a Clorox wipe for you so you don't get sick. I wasn't feeling that great this morning, so I don't want you to get sick. Yeah.
They said the average person touches their face 20 times an hour.
Oh, I'm definitely more than that.
Hey, at least we know, what that statistic is and try to beat it. Maybe not get it 19 and get it down to 18.
Yeah. You don't want one of these masks, do you? Yeah, I figured you'd. You take your kids to the baseball games too, right?
Yeah.
How's that going? Is there a lot of people still?
No, they canceled.
They did?
The cities
Wow.
canceled all events. So obviously all the sporting events are canceled.
Wow,
And
it's
city
amazing.
by city. Yeah. Suspension, everything.
Here, whatever you want for breakfast or coffee, order it on there and then give it to me and I'll see what they got and I'll get something too.
What are you looking at?
I'm not a picky guy. Whatever you like, I'm sure I'll like it too.
Are you looking at coffee?
Hey, you want something to eat, get something to eat, Whatever you're in the mood for. You just had a 3-hour trip up here. You gotta be hungry, right?
Yeah, I had a little snack.
We'll go somewhere nice for lunch today. Let me get this hand sanitizer here. My phone, my daughter plays with it. All right.
Report that the Masters golf tournament will be postponed.
Masters golf tournament postponed.
Oh, wow. That's a 20-year waiting list.
For what?
To appear to attend the Masters.
Really?
Yeah. For the normal people, unless you have corporate deals, you know what I mean? But a regular spectator, you can't just go over there, buy a ticket. You gotta wait on the list.
Let's see. Carl said he bought another SPY a few minutes ago. Can you take a look at Apple? Who is Juan Chismo? Man, we're getting all these names in here. They're hard to say.
Yeah.
You guys got to help me out a little bit.
First time in years.
Matthew, OPK is just one that I could hold and not worry about expiration with. Something that you could just have in the account for a few months. It's a real company. They got real contracts, so that might continue to climb. It's up 40% today.
They're working with New York.
They're working with New York City.
Who just declared?
Yeah, who just declared the emergency, so.
What's the saying go? Buy the news, sell the rumor? Sell the rumor?
Yeah, buy
the rumor, sell the news?
Buy the rumor, sell the news, yeah. And that's only a small trade. That's a what did I say, $3,300 trade? Yeah, $3,200 trade. Actually, $3,100.
Consumer sentiment,
$3,150.
95.9, consensus 95.
Rajat Aurora says, what is a good stock to buy long term? Well, what type of stock are you looking for? I think Facebook is a good opportunity here if you're looking for something long term. Look at the Disney call sweeps coming in. They're silly if they're buying Disney. Let's see. Someone wanted me to take a look at Apple.
And it's just not Disney World. Remember, they own ESPN, who pretty much are sitting on the sidelines with no sports on.
Yeah.
Literally.
Sergi, I'm not a fan of GNMK. Not a fan of that one. Apple, look at the nice pop Apple had, all the way up to almost 266, and it's still well off the highs of the day. Let's take a look at the today 1 minute. It did hold that 50 SMA, and Facebook's holding that 50 as well, so still optimistic here. Delta is actually getting a pop off the 1020 SMA right now on the minute chart. Delta's up 7%. That was up much more before. This might get back up to 38.50, which could be a really quick gain if you're looking at a day trade here. DAL, March 13th. They're probably really expensive still. Yeah, so you need it at 38 just to break even just about. 37.50, you'll break even. You'll need that at about 39 to make a double. So IV is still pretty high. Going to hold off, wait on that right now.
Coronavirus cases rose from 590 to 798.
Who was that? What country? Did you hear it? No.
Do they have a live feed? Bloomberg terminal?
Yeah.
They do?
Yeah.
Like what he says?
It's a news feed.
And would they show what he just mentioned?
Yeah. And it'll show it like this.
That's it right there.
Yeah. It'll show it like that.
Okay. You don't have that up?
No. Let's see. John Wasserman says, "What do you predict with INO?"
The Masters Golf Tournament originally scheduled for April 9th to 12th has been postponed due to the coronavirus. That in a statement now official that the Masters Golf Tournament has been postponed.
Masters Golf Tournament has been postponed.
I feel really bad for March Madness.
Oh, I know. That's
For
like the
seniors,
tournament, right?
That is the tournament for the national championship. Seniors that want that championship,
Yeah.
that work so hard.
Mm.
Now it's just like the lifelong dream is to win a national championship. There's so many things, man. I don't know what. So many. I don't want to eat too much. Something's.
Did you put anything in the basket?
Nah.
First Watch is good. You like
I
First
love
Watch?
First Watch.
Yeah, they're
They're
good.
building
really
one close to my house.
Yeah, get what you like. Get a couple things if
What
you like.
did you want to go out to lunch or did you
Yeah,
want
we're
to
gonna
bring it in?
either go out or bring it in here. It doesn't matter.
Let's work through it.
Yeah,
Working
sounds
lunch.
good.
Working lunch.
Working lunch, working breakfast. There you go.
Love it.
I like the sound of that. Delta's still getting a nice pop there. Take a look. Whoever asked about INO, John Wasserman.
He knows.
Hmm?
I know, right?
Yeah.
He knows.
I know he knows. Not a fan of it right now. I'd wait until it gets back up to at least 850, 875 before I'd want to buy into it. OPK getting a nice pop again. Facebook still holding that 50. So the two trades we made are still looking good. Alan Peterson said closures are good because it helps contain the virus. Yes, it helps contain the virus. Well, it slows it down. It's not going to contain it. But, the big thing is, for me anyway, is, look at what it's doing to the economy.
If the economy shuts down for the next 30 days, recession all the way.
Oh, we're in a recession right now. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
2 quarters of falling GDP, you're in a recession.
Yeah.
We definitely fell from the previous quarters. There's no question about that.
And people think that $500 billion bailout is
1.5 trillion. Not if they're down for 30 to 60 days.
Nope.
Let's see, what did you get? Anything good? Do they have steak and eggs?
Yeah. I got a club sandwich.
Club sandwich. Gotta try staying away from carbs,
At least for the morning. That's your gas, your fuel.
Yeah.
Gets you going.
There goes Facebook. First candle above the 10, 20, 50 SMA. Let's see if it could hold it and continue that climb. If it does, I'm probably going to be adding another contract to it. I'd like to get between 5 and 7 contracts in that Facebook trade overall if it continues to climb. It's a totally news-driven market, so it's really important to keep your eye on the news and listen to what's going on.
Now, what's funny is now the news is spreading on the Masters.
Yeah.
Literally a minute ago, and we said that.
You know any companies that are involved with that?
Every company, because they're sponsors. Let me check it out. Let's see.
GLBS Globus Maritime shares popping to 87 cents, up about 160% now.
What you're looking for?
Company announcing earlier that the holder of a convertible note issued by the company on March 13, 2019 has entered into a waiver regarding the note, waives obligation to repay the note on existing maturity date of March 13, 2020. That's today, and shares up sharply on that news, now at 85 cents, up 150%. That's GLBS.
Facebook still holding that 10, 20, 50 SMA, just smaller candles here. See, this is the thing. Like, a lot of people don't like the patience behind this. You know, just watching the candles here, seeing what you're doing. But it's important. You know, it's what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Facebook there, as you can see, it's still holding on the right. OPK is kind of holding that 10, 20. And then if you look up above, Delta's holding that 10 really well, 36.59. RCL's just getting that 10-20 cross, starting to pop a little bit. So, you know, just the feel of that, you know, you can see the market still continuing to climb a little bit.
Yeah.
CBTX, Sedera Therapeutics popping to $2.37. Charlie Delta Tango X-Ray, CBTX. No news today on CDTX. Now patent news. Sedera Therapeutics granted international patent compositions and methods for the treatment of viral infections. That's Charlie Delta Tango X-Ray.
Charlie Delta Tango X-Ray.
Out on CBTX.
Patent news on CBTX.
Raghu said, what do you think about Alta?
And I think that's getting a pop with the market here, Ulta. They had a great quarter, though. Fantastic quarter. I stayed yesterday. I wanted to listen to that because I got that one single contract just for the earnings trade there.
Target went from 300 to 330.
I mean, it's well off the highs of the day, though. You know, that's the thing. You know, Ulta, it's just like this candle right here. Take a look at this. So what I'm showing you right here, see how we had the big drop, right?
Mm-hmm.
A big drop overnight. And then this candle, it did the same thing. It opened here, and then it closed here, and then we headed lower. And then same thing. We had a big drop lower here yesterday. I mean, the past 2 days were a huge drop. I think this is just a little rebound now. And as you can see, it's still, you know, heading a little bit lower here. Facebook, here's the first candle below the 1020 right now. You know, so it...
Can you explain why those big candles, why they're so long?
That's just the volatility. That's where it opened. And
tug of war?
Yeah. A lot of buyers, sellers, institutions. You know, that's definitely institutions coming in here and buying that this morning to cause that pop.
Coming into Groupon now, 81 cents, up 10%.
Wow, Groupon's at 81 cents now. Facebook coming down to that 50. That's what I mean. You just got to wait, sit, see what's going on. Matthew Jones says, Boeing, long-term play. Let's take a look at Boeing. I mean, to me, I wouldn't buy Boeing yet. I mean, you got no signal with our trade plan that's shown that's a buy yet. You know, it's not even in consolidation yet. I mean, if that got into consolidation, then I'd say, hey, maybe I'd look for a run up to 250. You know, but you're not even in consolidation with the candles. You're still in BDM. MACD still showing a sell signal. Your SMA still showing BDM. I want to do that yet.
Yep.
You know? Just like, remember the other day, when was it? Last week, Warren Buffett came in and bought $1 billion worth of Delta Airlines.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at that chart for extensively. I'm like, I don't see what he sees. I looked at all the news going on, and that was just when it was starting to break out the virus. And I looked at it. I said, airlines are going to head much lower here. You know.
Updated from yesterday. Now the Daily Mail says the Brazilian president has tested positive for the coronavirus.
Brazilian president has tested positive for the coronavirus. That's the confirmation test. They did the first one. This was the second one. You know what? You know what upsets me on Facebook? I made yesterday a post. Like I get my news right from the wire. It's real news, you know, and it's before it's on the media. On my Facebook page, I got someone says, "Dave, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. He doesn't have the virus. It's his assistant." I said, yes, his assistant has it, but he's also confirmed too. Oh, I don't see that in the news. That's a lie.
Give it a minute. I'll wait.
Yeah, I said, just give it a little bit. And then one of my other friends, they posted about Disney parks closing. I posted when I heard about it, when they said Orlando and California, Disneyland and Disney World were closing. And I know what they did. They wanted to close that one quick first, you know, out there in Cali. Mm-hmm. And then there's a lot more people here. They wanted to wait until the end of the day to not cause panic. Yeah. And I thought that was a great idea by the CEO or whoever's in charge of that. You know, because there's a lot of people that'd be panicking like crazy at Disney. And there's a lot of old people there as well. You know, so I see what they did. They first announced the California one, then they announced the one here in Orlando. And my one friend Heather, she posted as soon as I did, like 5 hours before it was announced, and the people on there, it's only the California one, it's not Orlando. And she's like, it will close. She goes, this guy's pretty right about his information, so just give it an hour. Sure enough, an hour later, they announced it, and she goes, see, I told you.
Yep.
But you know, that's the thing. There's so many people out there that just want to hate. You know, like, what's the deal with that? You know.
With the good comes the bad.
Yeah, it's like, what, do you think I'm going to give false information out, or you know, I'm not into that type of stuff. Facebook. So Facebook, let's draw a consolidation channel here for Facebook. I don't like having that. So there's the consolidation box for Facebook. We're looking for a make or a break above or below that. Thanks, Lionel Cortez. He said, Dave, keep being real. That's why we love you. E was just talking about that this morning, too. See, I feel like I'm getting sick again. I feel like I'm gonna throw up again.
You know, here on volume. Oscar Charlie uniform.
I don't feel sick. You know, like I don't have a fever though. You know.
You should drink plenty of water.
It's been, they said, weeks since I've had water.
One research from Stanford said, if you drink water every 15 minutes, even if the coronavirus gets into your mouth. Mm-hmm. Drinking it down to your stomach,
Ocular Therapeutics reported their
the acid will kill
closed yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
It does.
Just grab a big old jug.
Yeah. See, that's the thing with me, though. You know, I grew up on you know, soft drinks and everything, so I never drink water. You know, Virginia drinks water all the time. Yeah. And you remember when I lost all that weight last year? Mm-hmm. That's all I was doing is drinking water, and I lost a lot of weight really quick. I got to do that again, because I think right now it's a lot of water weight.
Yeah. You know what? Buy a gallon.
Facebook is looking great there.
You're so busy, buy a gallon, keep it right there on your desk. And every time you see it,
I should get one of those water coolers for the office. That's a good idea.
Every time you see it, go.
Who do you go to get one of those where they come in, do automatic delivery?
Let me check. I'll look into it right now.
That's a great idea. They have one over at the cafeteria here,
Mhm.
but I think it'd be better to have one in my
Representative
office.
Lowy says the virus bill
You
will
think
be
the
on the House
receptionist
floor
will
by the
know
end of the day.
who the vendor is?
Yeah, they'll know definitely.
No
We'll
one
look.
knows.
Yeah, we'll look at that at lunch
Okay.
on our break here. Another 45 minutes. Facebook is looking good though. Above the 1020. Still within the consolidation box though. Delta's still climbing. Holding that 20. Stefan says, Dave, thoughts on GME? Let's take a look at GME quick. GameStop. 6-month daily. I'd be looking for a climb above, let's say, 436 before I entered. Gets above 436, it might have a nice climb. Look at how much GameStop came down, though. Wasn't that like a $60 stock?
Oof.
Wow, it's been a while since I watched GameStop. I told you. I remember that being last time I looked at GameStop. It was in the 50s and 60s.
Really?
So.
Well, now all video games are electronic.
Yeah. My cousins came down from Pennsylvania.
Download it.
He's like, oh yeah. He's like, let me download it from my machine to yours. And I'm like, huh?
Yep.
I remember when we had the Nintendo 64 games, or the what were the ones you had to blow in to get
Yeah,
the dust
Sega
out?
Genesis.
Yeah.
64. I know kids these days would not know what.
I know. And then if it was really bad, you had to get the ear swab and
yeah.
put some alcohol on
Uh-huh.
it and wipe down that middle thing.
The game counts on the
Yeah.
machine, and it'll work.
Yeah, then it'll start working. There goes Facebook. Facebook's just breaking out of consolidation, and there goes the big pop. Look, now see, that's our trade plan to a T. We drew this. I said, guys, as long as it's between this consolidation box, you know,
NTZ.
it's still in the NTZ. And what happens? As soon as you break that big pop there, now you can look up to the next resistance area around 164. So another $1.10 climb possible. And that's the beauty of our trade plan. We were down $300 on the Facebook trade. Now we're almost green on it.
Boom.
You know,
Mm.
that's the importance right there of patience and discipline. See how I'm able to take my eyes away from the market a little bit and talk to you? I know those situations. I mean, maybe it's because I've been doing it so long, but I know, hey, we're in the NTZ. I'm not going to stress myself out and look at that. I'm not going to force myself and get emotional here. And I'm just going to watch, observe, and wait.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go. Facebook continuing to break out now.
As a trader, that's what you really need.
It is. You need that psychological stability to follow your trade plan, be disciplined, patient, and focused. If you could control that, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Now what we want to do here is we want to see that 1020 cross above the red 50 SMA here, and that'll be great. Let's see. PSNM says, what do you think about space? Let's see space again. Wow, space came out. Wow, look at how much that came back. I've been out of space for a while. But look at that. It came all the way back to almost 12 bucks.
Has agreed to suspend sitting until April 20th.
What are they suspending?
According to a government house leader.
Let me put Diamond on just in case they say something that causes the market to move here. Guys, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like having guests in the office, give the video a thumbs up and share it here. If you guys, because I think it's better when you have someone to talk to, you know, like you get a different perspective of things, you know?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And for me, like when I'm sitting here myself and I'm just watching, you know, I don't say, yeah, I'm just watching the charts and I forget to talk to the members, you know? Because then they'll say, Dave, what do you think about this and that? And then I'll change my charts up a bit. And then I'll forget about looking at my trade sometimes, you know? I'll get caught up in the conversation at times.
Uh-huh.
You know how that goes. Diamond's still on the climb, though. I like the looks of that. Let's take a look at the Qs. Let's see. Who asked about space? PSN asked about space. I'm looking at that. Not a fan of it just yet. Still, MACD's lower. SMAs are still crossing lower here. Not going to be buying that or adding to that or doing anything to that yet. I'm not in any space trades right now. Q still continuing to climb there. Looking good. Guys, our Facebook trade is now in the green. We're now up 1% on our Facebook trade. There goes Facebook continuing to climb.
Mexico's deputy health secretary says would consider, if necessary, mechanisms to control the flow of people entering Mexico from the U.S. to limit the coronavirus spread. Letter F.
Alan says, who's going to space? I'd love to go to space.
200 grand, is it?
Yeah. I don't want to go, though. I want to fly it. You know, that's what I want to do.
When's the last time you flew?
Oh, my God. It's been a while. Probably about 3 months.
Oh, wow.
Well, here's the situation. You know, I was doing great going on the weekends and everything.
Yeah.
Now, my wife, she works, you know, like, and she's been working till midnight. So I got to take Sophie to school in the morning. And then, like, if she's working later, she'll take her in the morning. But usually I take her in the morning because it's right down the road from me. And then I pick her up from school. And then I got to go home, feed her. I got to watch her. I got to give her a shower. You know, all the stuff I got to do. And then I got no time. You know, I got no time to fly.
Yeah, I know, but that's your passion, man.
It is, but how do you make time? You know, like.
Yeah, that's tough.
I gotta wake up 6 a.m. for work. You know.
Yeah.
It's like I have no time to fly. It sucks because I really want to finish that up.
Didn't you sign up for a class?
For what class? I'm in a flight school now.
Flight school for the one program.
Moody's says lowering outlook for the U.S. gaming sector.
Oh, the commercial pilot one? I have no time. I was going to sign up for that. I have no time. I met with them.
Yeah.
You have to be. I even asked them if they could tweak the schedule a little bit because that's for a commercial. You know, I mean, it's only $70,000. You know, and then you got your commercial pilot license.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a cool thing to have. You know, and if you got the money, why not? You know.
That's crazy.
So, and like I said, I really want to buy a plane in the future. So
yeah,
it'd be nice to have. But like I said, it's just I gotta find some time again. I was thinking about hiring like a nanny or something.
Just say,
you know, but
into that?
we're like, yeah, I talk to Virginia about that all the time, but she's very picky about who we get, and you know she wants like a Brazilian watching her.
Yeah.
But
get old granny.
I would love to. Where could I find one?
HireNanny.com.
September 14th.
Yeah.
With the coronavirus.
Find one that I'll tell them to cook keto meals.
True.
You know, say, hey, have dinner ready for us by the time I get out of work.
They could.
You know, I could drop Sophie off. She could cook, clean, you know, and then I could go do some flying.
You need some of that personal time.
Yeah, you do need, you know, because I get so stressed. I get stressed out, you know, and
the members need you to have your own personal time.
Yeah, I mean, just like the classes too, you know, like sometimes she's working all day. I have no one to watch, so I can do the classes. You could take out the thing here if that's too short. You could reach there?
Yep.
All right, we just came down to the 10 SMA on Facebook and the Qs here. Let's see if we're going to hold and continue to climb, or if we're going to decline down to that 20, which has been the the support area for the past half hour here. Lionel, I don't think this rally is going to last too long. I do think buyers are going to start coming in, so I think the volatility is going to start to drop a little bit here, you know. But
trade deal passes in Canada's lower house.
North American trade deal.
Seen the Canadian Prime Minister's wife?
Yeah, she tested positive. Yeah. Facebook's holding that 10. Take a look at that chart there.
Republican leaders are meeting to
as of
discuss
now.
the bill. Democrats intend to move ahead on Friday.
There goes Facebook popping off that 10 SMA. And Qs are doing the same thing here. We're now up 2% on our Facebook trade. Quick $70. Small trade. What is it? A $3,400 trade for right now. That's the April Expo. Like I said, if we could break 165, I'll add to the Facebook trade.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good resistance area right there. Bank of America's up 11% today.
BAC.
Yeah, take a look at that. That might be a good day trade. You know, because that's one that the options are usually really cheap. Bank of America, BAC.
Wait, just got their bailout too.
Oh, look at that pop there, too. Let's take a look at the option chain.
Let me see what the news is.
BAC, March 13th. So the 2250 straight call is going for about 66 cents.
Representative,
So
Representative
23.11 break
says
even.
It will be a couple of hours before the bill is ready. Said we have to pass this today.
Oh, we still didn't order a thing yet here. Did you get a coffee or anything?
No. Drink
Huh?
water all day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Letter F,
Coffee.
Ford spokesperson says have not lost any auto production outside of China so far due to the outbreak.
Well, they haven't lost any auto production outside of China. What is this power breakfast bowl here? Protein pack, quinoa, Italian sausage, house roasted, cremini mushrooms, and tomatoes.
Love
You
quinoa.
think that-
Like quinoa?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Very light.
You think that's healthy?
Oh, for sure.
All right, let's try that.
Absolutely. That's rare protein. Anything high protein, your body digests quick, breaks it down, light work, and gives you the energy that you need.
Facebook coming down to that 20. Bank of America still on the climb. Let's take a look at the Qs.
New York Fed says will buy $37 billion in total of the 5 sectors in phases starting at 10:30 Eastern Time.
There we go. Tony, that'd be awesome, but they live in Tampa.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Facebook's climbing off that 20. Remember now, just a little bit ago. Remember, Qs, what did I say? That it's been coming back down to when it was, 4 minutes ago?
I tried it exactly the same.
Yeah, they look similar. But what did I say? I know. See, this is what I mean about the Qs and tech trading together. You know, like if tech's starting to drop there, you know, I can say, hey, I'm not going to be going long Facebook right now. And if Facebook does continue to break out, then I know that's one hell of a strong stock right there. And I usually put a larger trade on that. You know, because then when the markets do rebound, you know, the one that's still climbing when the market's, you know, tanking, that's usually one that has one of the biggest climbs.
So you mentioned Diamond is pretty much correlating
With the
Dow, and
exactly.
the Qs are correlating all the tech companies.
Exactly. Yep. And then the SPY S&P 500. So like I said, watch this now. See what it does at the 50. Now if it starts to break below the 50, then we might start to enter into BDM. And now you see the MACD just crossed, so that's one of your signals. You know, now you're watching that 1020 cross. And then if it drops below that 50, then you have confirmation there of BDM.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, now if we were day trading this, that's what we'd be looking for, and we'd be, you know, looking in right now and saying, hey, we're coming down to that 50. Is it time to get out of that trade? But since we're not day trading Facebook right now, we have the we have the Facebook April 17, 2020, 165
Still
strike
got
call.
time.
You got over a month. So we're not worried about that.
And just touch.
That's why I always say too about the candles, wait until, because there's 60 seconds in a minute. That candle could go up to the 10, down to the, so wait, see what happens. Right now it's holding that 20 still, still holding above that 50. So, you got, exactly. This is where you get a little bit stressed out, but you're saying, hey, I'm following my trade plan, and my trade plan, I get my entry, I get my exits, I know where my support, I know my resistance, and I know my target profit areas. And that's all you have to do. And that's why, like if I wasn't so busy here, I could help members say, hey, before you even get into the trade, this is how I like to chart it. This is how I like to put my profit, my targets, my resistance, my support areas. And this is where I'm going to either take my profits and get out of the trade, or this is where I'm going to take my loss and get out of the trade. And usually you could do that. Usually you do that before every trade you make. I've been doing this for a while, and there goes Facebook getting a nice pop there. We're back green in our trade, and that's what you usually watch for,
Mm-hmm. I did some research on tape reading as well.
On what?
Tape reading.
Oh, yeah.
So you actually see the transactions,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see the actual, I call it tug of war.
Yeah.
So you visually.
Are you using that when you're trading?
No.
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 What do you use the most when you're trading?
Same thing you have.
Yeah.
Identical.
COTY, Cody, popping here.
Now, did you start using my setup when you came trading with us?
No.
No?
I started exploring a little bit of VWAP.
Yeah.
Kind of like the consistency with
Yeah.
that. Kind of see, is it in a bull market? Is it in a bear market? Or who's winning that battle? What's the value of the price? Because volume weighted average price.
And what are you doing? Are you trading more
Your
day
Fed
trades,
says it
swing
intends to further
trades?
bring forward
Swings.
remaining
More
purchases
swings.
for a monthly calendar and adjust terms of operations.
Now see how we're still holding that 20 and the 10 SMA on Facebook there? Here we go. Here's another candle above the 10. It's just, it's one of those days where you just gotta, you're not continually dropping, you're not continually climbing, you're kind of flat, you're kind of climbing a little bit here. Let's see the Diamond ETF. We're still not higher than this morning's highs. We're not lower than the lows. We're kind of right in between the middle. We're trading between the SMAs, so that's a no trade zone. So, it's one of those days that you're, there's not much going on to do yet. I do like Delta, though. Let me bring up Delta chart here, DAL. If you take a look at this chart, I'm watching the chart above these screens. Look at how perfectly it's holding that the 20 SMA, the blue 20 SMA here. Here's a 1020 cross, MACD crossed right here at the 1001 candle. Your first candle above the 1020-50 SMA. And then what happens? You broke out. Here's consolidation if we wanted to put a consolidation box. So what we can do something like this and say, here's our rectangle. Here's our consolidation box that we're watching for, right? I don't like having that line there. Let's go none. All right. So there's your consolidation box, right? Here is your and see, you could chart this.
Just like Picasso, man.
It's any time. Oh, this is a channel. Let me change the channel here. I don't want a channel. I want a rectangle. There we go. And then now you can see And now you can see exactly what you're looking for. And there's exactly our trade plan with the underlying
Breakdown momentum,
Yeah.
consolidation,
So here's BDM. This is breakdown momentum. Here's consolidation, trading between the SMAs, right? Here's the breakout momentum. You're trading above the 10, 20, 50. MACD is crossed. Here you go right here. It's failing to break the highs. It's also not going below the lows of the previous candle. That's consolidation. And then here's the next breakout. The first candle above or below the consolidation box. Here's a candle above the consolidation box. We broke out again. And then the first candle below the previous candle's body, that's showing you, hey, yep, profit taking, and we're switching phases within that cycle. So then we enter into consolidation again. And I mean, it's so easy. I don't need to draw these because I've been doing this 10 years, but this is our trade plan. And every single time, this is the beauty of it. Take a look at this. This is what's really nice with this.
Fiat Chrysler CEO says company focusing on how to keep production lines running and vehicle programs on track amid coronavirus emergency. That's FCAU. Foxtrot Charlie Alpha uniform.
Actually, this should be green because it's bouncing off. I want to do things properly here. And see, this is why it's good to have people with you too, because you ask questions and then, you can teach.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can see right here, we came down to that blue 20 SMA, we had a bounce from it. And then when you're in consolidation, that's what you're looking at again. If you're holding that 10, then you have a good breakout momentum cycle and phase going on there that you can take advantage of. But once you come down to that 20 and that's been holding that 20, you get a good feeling of, hey, this is where I want to enter, this is where I want to add. And you can see coming down, retesting that 20 SMA, which is acting as support in the breakout momentum cycle phase. And now it's retracing down to that 20, breaking out again. Retracing down to the 20 in consolidation. Now here's the first candle that looks like it might break below consolidation. Candle's not over, now it's over. And there you go. So now you're looking and saying, okay, now the next support area is the 50. If it breaks below that 50, then she might get down to 35.50 again. Mm-hmm. And this is Delta right here that we're looking at, DAL. But I just wanted to give you guys that quick little scenario there of what to look for and how we are using our trade plan and what we're doing there. Because if you know how to use that trade plan, it's instrumental in your success.
Yep.
Absolutely instrumental. Now you're watching Delta come down to that 50. Is it going to hold? Same thing with Facebook here. Had a nice breakout. Now consolidated. Here's consolidation box. It's holding that 50. So that's what you're looking for. Paula, what were you assigned to? Paula said she woke up to being assigned something. See, that's partly why, too, I tell people don't do level 4. I don't know what brokerage firm Paula uses or anything, but I know some people that are using some brokerage firms that are given level 4, and then they're executing part of their spreads. Now, spread is defined as limited risk, so if you have level 4, they could break apart that spread, and then you could lose some serious money on the downside. So that happened with me and E-Trade once. They did it. Actually, I had a spread that was fully in the money. I think it was on Amazon, It was on Amazon. So I might have had, let's say, the 1450, 1500 vertical call spread, and it was above 1500, so I had max gains. They took out the long leg, and the long leg they sold, right? They kept the short leg in my account, so I was minus 2 million worth of Amazon. The next day, and that was on Friday when they executed that. It was the worst thing ever. So then on Monday, I come in, I'm down like $40,000-$50,000 on that. I'm like, I call E-Trade up. They says, "Oh, you're level 4. We could break apart your spreads anytime." Wow. I said spreads are defined as limited risk. You know, how could you break apart a spread? Because you have level 4. We could do anything we want.
That was 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah. I know. I couldn't believe. I even called the SEC lawyer on that and said, "Hey, you know, like, what's going on? They could just break apart a spread, because if you look at spreads online anywhere, it says they're defined limited risk. You know, here's your max you could lose. But like I said, if you have level 4, they could destroy that spread and really screw up that account there."
So what would you recommend for the regular day traders?
So just level 3. Level 3. Level 3 will give you spreads. It's not going to leave you short or naked any positions. So level 3 is the max you need.
And you have to apply every time you go when you level up, correct?
Yeah, every time you go up, you have to, So I figured, especially if I'm trading this account here, I got a few accounts. If I'm trading this account live every day, I don't want to show it level 4, because then people follow you. They're going to say, "Hey, let me do level 4. And I can't consciously say, "Hey," I can't feel good about myself telling someone, "Hey, go for level 4, and then having something like that happen to them. So
sink or swim.
Yeah. That's funny. John, we also use Stripe as well. But you could use any debit card, credit card. Ty says, "Thanks, Dave, for the teaching moment." They love that. Now, see, it's still holding that 50 right now, like we were talking about. So Facebook, watch for that as well. Now, if it breaks below the 50 SMA, that's going to tell me a shift lower. The market might be coming, and I'll be a little bit more cautious. And maybe then I might do some day trades with some puts, as a hedge.
So it's Expo Day.
Today's Expo Day, Friday the 13th.
What if you had an expiration? What if you had a trade that was expiring today? What would you?
If I had a trade that was expiring today, first off,
trade right here with DAL.
DAL. So what would it be? If I had something expiring today, if it's a regular call, you want to get rid of anything. Don't leave anything in your account if that's what you're getting at. Not sure what you're asking, but always close out your trades. Even spreads, The only way I'll leave a spread open is if it's well above the money, if it's a call spread, or well below the money if it's a put spread. So if I have, like Delta, for example, if I have the, let's say, 29.30 vertical call spread that's expiring today, that's already $7 in the money. I don't have to do anything with that. I'll let that go for max gains. But if I have the 37 or 36.37 spread, and right now it's at 36.84, I'm still well off that top spread there, so I have to trade that out. If it's trading between those legs or between those strikes, you got to close that trade out. If not, you're looking for trouble there, because, like I said, even with the spread, they could assign you, and then, they could leave the other position open a little bit. There's a lot of things that could happen, so it's always best to get rid of that spread before expiration. Very important to do that.
Good, okay.
Unless you're, like I said, you're deep in the money, and you don't have to worry about it. And like I said, be sure you have level 3 and not level 4.
Yeah.
If you're able to do naked positions, they could really come back, and if you have a margin account, they could destroy that spread or anything you have there. If you're trading condors or whatever it is you're trading, they could really, screw up that trade on you, and not because of your problem or because of anything you did, but because, hey, you got level 4, and if someone wants those shares and you're short them, they could exercise anything in your account.
So what did you say yesterday? Do not let.
Now, see, Paula says she doesn't have top level either. She doesn't have level 4, but she got assigned. Paula, did you have a spread, or was it just calls or puts on that? Believe it or not, I never got assigned anything except for that one day.
Amazon? Yeah.
And I've been trading for 10 years. I've never been, A lot of trades. I've never been assigned or
Beyond
anything.
Music enters into agreement with a major US
There's been some times where I had calls expiring, and I said, you know what, I like this company so much, I'm just gonna let them go, and I'll get the shares.
And you let them expire?
Yeah, I'll let them expire, and then I'll have the shares in my account the next day. You know, because for every contract, it's 100 shares. So if you have 10 contracts, you're gonna have 1,000 shares of that in your account then after Expo Day. So if I like a company, I'll do that, but you know, you need larger bankroll to do that.
When you let it expire, is that you pretty much saying let the market handle itself?
Well, it depends. There's two things. So if it's expiring worthless, then it's so. Let's say, for example, you have the Delta 37 strike call that's expiring today, right? If that's not above $37, it's going to expire worthless. It's not going to be in your account. But if you have that 37 strike call and it ends at 37.01, those calls are going to be exercised and you're going to have those shares in your account. So that's why you have to make sure if you don't want those shares exercised in your account, you have to get rid of that trade and sell that option before expiration day at 4 p.m.
Interesting.
There goes Facebook, still climbing, still holding that 50. And as you can see, what happened with Delta, it's holding support at that 50 SMA like we've been talking about. Oh, Paula had a put spread. She had level 3. Paula, do you have E-Trade? I can't believe E-Trade assigned something with a spread like that.
Switzerland to close all schools until April 4th.
Switzerland now is closing all schools until April 4th.
They're following along. Italy has probably the best lockdown.
I wish Florida would do it, you know? I picked Sophie up at school, and there's so many kids with snots running out of their nose and sneezing. I'm like, you know, like, come on, take care of these kids, you know? Sophie, yesterday, we're laying in bed, right? And she said a curse word for the first time.
Oh.
And I'm like, what did you just say?
Oh.
And she, you know, like, she used the, what was it? I think it was mother effer.
Whoa.
And I said,
Whoa.
where did you learn that?
Whoa.
And she said the name from the kid at school. So I went to Virginia. I said, hey, listen, these people talk Portuguese. I want you there tomorrow and take care of that.
Yeah.
You know, see what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, because you know you pay
Kids
a lot of
don't
money
know.
for a school. Kid, you know, like what you know, you want to make sure the teachers are keeping up on that.
Yeah. Kids don't know. They just
I
repeat.
told Virginia, you know, like I'm sending her to a Catholic school. I want to do that in August because I think they could go to, I don't know, what's coming up, preschool or kindergarten?
Pre-K.
Pre-K?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to put her in.
Had my son in Christian Academy.
Did you?
Yes,
Is he still in it?
He's still in it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How was that? Are you happy you put him in? Is it doing great for him?
Best thing.
Yeah.
Best thing. You
See?
don't hear the cursing.
Yeah. Exactly.
And they're disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's whatever religion is, whatever your religion is.
Yeah.
It's disciplined. It's structured.
I agree with you there.
You know, they have prayer, whatnot. I'm not a religious type
See,
of guy.
so that's
but
what
you need
Sophie
that
needs because
discipline.
right now it's like free for all with her, you know.
Yeah.
And I have her in karate and ballet classes too. So you know, it's just she needs that discipline now. There's no one there disciplining her. I you know, I kind of like being, you know, the discipliner in the house, but you know, then it looks like I'm the bad guy.
And then you're at home and you want to enjoy your time.
Exactly.
You want to be a dad. You know what I mean? Let her have the whole 9 hours of being disciplined.
Yeah.
And then you get to have your dad time. And so you don't want to go have her do the whole 9 hours and then you are the next 4 hours and she's disciplined all day.
Yeah. Yeah. How old were your kids when you put them in?
Pre-K 3.
How old were they?
3.
3 years old?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
3, 4.
See, I had her in the Celebration private school. That was really good. It was like $1,300 a month.
Yeah, 12 is
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, really great though. We had her in this extra class. They have a math and a science class for little kids. You know, they don't do much,
Yeah.
but it was only an extra $75 a week. I said, all right, yeah, do it. You know, and she was learning so much. She would count up to 10. You know, by the time she's 2 years old, before 2. It was great.
Crazy.
You know, but she didn't like the, you know, Virginia likes her being with Brazilians because they feel they're more comforting and stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas, this school was a little bit more tough with them, a little bit more disciplined, which was good though. So
diversity,
yeah.
Yeah, he likes learning fractions.
JC Penny shares
Third grade.
on some volume. Charlie Papa.
So still not too much. Still in the NTZ. Facebook still trading between the 10, 20, 50 SMA. Delta still not doing too much. It is below the 10, 20, 50 SMA here, but candles are pretty small. Now, if Delta drops below 36.63, that's a sign that we might continue to BDM here. And then I'd be looking at a target support area of around $35.50 to $35.
Kelly Lupo said Catholic schools are good.
They are great, but I gotta talk Virginia into that again.
Is she Catholic?
Yeah, she's Catholic.
Mostly Brazilian.
But yeah, see, that's the thing. Even the church we go to, it's Brazilian. They speak Portuguese. I have no idea what the heck they're saying.
Where do you get the translator?
Yeah, I get the translator. Sometimes they're there and they'll translate. Sometimes they're not. But they live stream it on YouTube and they get so many views. I mean, it's a really nice place. But like I said, if you don't know what they're saying, I just go there to be supportive of my family.
Carnival was last week, right?
Have
you ever gone?
Carnival?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she wanted to go. I didn't. No, we didn't go.
You never gone?
Oh, she probably went for her birthday. Yeah, that's probably what she did.
That's on the bucket list.
Yeah.
Carnival, but it has to be in Brazil.
Yeah.
And I heard there's competitions with different.
Oh yeah, she's told me all about that. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta go to it. We were out I lived in Brazil for 6 months, and man, I'm telling you. You want somewhere cheap to live? I swear to God, I lived in Brazil. I mean, our lifestyle there, is probably about $1,000 a month. Housing, $200 to $300 a month out there.
What?
I swear to God.
What?
I swear to God. You could get a really nice condo for $200 to $300 a month.
What's a nice condo?
3-bedroom, and it's marble floor.
U.S. dollars.
What's that?
U.S. dollars, $300.
Yeah, $300 US. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was paying about $280 out there, and it was a nice condo. It was in São José dos Campos.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, go out to eat out there, it's $2 or $3 for a meal. You couldn't beat it.
Man, I'll go out there feeling like Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, I know, you do. But then that's the thing, they don't speak English out there, so, I don't know any Portuguese, so I'm telling the taxi driver, I'm being my normal self, and they're all staring at me. But the one time out there, markets are still looking good here, guys. We're still in the NTZ on Facebook here, but still holding that 50 SMA, the red 50, and Delta here is just trading between the 10, 20, 50. Anthony, he's one of our members from Tampa, right? He had some pawn shops. He moved to Colombia. He loves it there. He's got a beautiful penthouse up there.
Wow.
Oh my! I gotta go visit him.
Yeah, I want to go. A lot of people go to Colombia.
You should come with us. Yeah.
A lot of my friends.
You can't get away from time like that, though, can you?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about going to Colombia or Brazil?
Let's go.
Let's do it. Once this coronavirus is over, let's do it.
Yeah, exactly. Got my passport. We're ready. A lot of trips to Brazil, Costa Rica, Colombia.
Oh, I know. That'd be amazing.
White House to hold.
Sergi says, Dave, I got to join the new page.
Positive coronavirus test. That from Fox Business. Again, the White House to hold an urgent meeting on the positive coronavirus test for the Brazilian president. That from Fox Business.
Guys, here we go. You just heard that, right? There's an emergency meeting at the White House as Brazil's president has tested positive for the coronavirus.
Wait, Dave, you're lying.
Huh?
You're lying, Dave.
Yeah, I'm lying, right?
I don't hear the news.
President Trump tweeting now, I will be having a news conference today at 3 p.m. at the White House, topic the coronavirus. That tweet now from Donald Trump.
I just got the tweet just now.
Fox News says Bolsonaro, who met with Trump last weekend, has tested positive for the coronavirus. Again, that report, conflicting reports, the son of the Brazilian president said not confirmed yet.
Okay, so as you guys can see, the markets are dropping a little bit on that news. You know, there's a little bit panic. White House is having an emergency meeting here, so be calm, be prepared. You know, if you want to day trade some puts here for the short term, you'd look at the diamond, and you'd be looking at the March 13th. You could look at the 217.50 going for about 370 a contract. But for me, I don't have much in the market right now, so I have the Facebook trade. I got the booking put spreads in the OPK. So I'm just going to hold off for this for a little bit. Definitely want to hear and see what's going on with this emergency conference here at the White House. White House will hold urgent meeting on Brazilian president's positive coronavirus test. Now, where's the haters at from yesterday when I first announced that? You know, they're silly. Why would I fib or lie about something like that?
Because he's a fact checker, and when he looks for the news alerts, he can't find them.
Yeah, that's probably right. Let's see.
S&P futures are dropping here at 25.
S&P futures dropping. There you go, guys. Let's see if yeah. That's what I mean. When we first heard that news, that was our opportunity to jump into some puts.
Yep.
You know?
Buy the rumor, sell the news. Except that's not a rumor.
See, do I want to get into those 217.50? Let me put diamond on the back here. So we're at support right now. If we break through that, I might drop back down to around 214, 215. Another 200-point drop. See what's going on. Listen to the news here. Watch the diamond ETF. Get so many messages on Facebook that say, Dave, thank you so much for everything you do. You know, like, that feels great. But instead of messaging me, post it out there on my Facebook page or something, you know.
I also had on there ideas, weekly giveaways for people that give us shout-outs.
Yeah, definitely.
Gift cards.
I like that.
Okay.
Now see, here's the problem. I talked about that in a Facebook group. And I was trying to help that Tim about that, right? Because if you remember in my Facebook group, I was giving away money once before. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I was giving away money. I was giving away food. I was giving away deliveries. I was doing a lot of things. And I actually got contacted by a lawyer saying, hey, you know, that's actually illegal. You know, you can't do that.
Is it?
Yeah. So, you know, I tried to talk to him about it because, you know, when you have a business, you have to have lawyers. You know, I'm trying to help someone out, and then they.
So is it just cash? You can't give cash away. What about?
There's certain ways it's got to be worded, certain things that have to be done.
Yeah.
You know, so I'll tell you about it.
Yep.
You know, like me, I always just I'm the type of person I like to help people. Sometimes I might come off wrong the way I word things. But, you know, I always have the good intention. Like him, I was just trying to help him, you know. Expedia, new 52-week low Oh my God. We got those Expedia
Yes, sir.
puts the other day, and I closed it way too early. Wow, look at Expedia. Look at Expedia still dropping. This is so nice. You can see the NTZ, no trade zone consolidation. Here's BDM. Let's see where the next support area is here.
Talk about foam.
See, this definitely looks like this is going to get back down to that 47 to 50 area. You know, and that's still a big drop from where it's at. It's at 64 now. Let's see what they're saying. Letitia says BCA customers, BCA is breaking chart alerts. BCA customer service is great. I'm in. Great job. Tony said his place is open for us to come on down. Colombia. He's in Medellin. Oh my God, the tickets there are so
Medellin.
cheap too.
Home of Escobar.
Man, that Expedia, I'm telling you, I'm so pissed off about that Expedia trade.
But you can't.
I had regular puts on it and I sold it. It was a small gain. It was like $800 gain. But if I held that, I'd be up literally about $4,000 or $5,000 on it.
Mm-hmm. That's trainer's mentality. But did you get those profits?
I got $800 profit off of Expedia, but I should have had $5,000.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But see, this is, and it was my fault here. So that's why I don't like people saying, "Oh, well, you locked in profit." Well, yeah, but I didn't follow my trade plan either. I sold early because I said, you know what? Maybe the markets will pop tomorrow.
Maybe.
And then that's when we had the 2,400 point drop. You know, and I'm like, you know, there was no sell signal with my trade plan. I sold it because I said, you know what? I'm not going to be greedy. But then it came and kicked me in the butt because I would have had a $5,000-$6,000 profit.
1 point trade plan, 0 points emotional.
Exactly. Yeah. I got emotional there, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I'm locked.
To the best of us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm locked in a profit, but still, you know, like it still hurts at times, you know. Oh, my stomach today. These Tums that I have, they have they're like chewy Tums,
Same ones.
and they're so tasty.
You can start chewing them, yeah.
Sometimes I sit here and I eat a whole bottle of Tums, and I'm like, oh, that's probably not a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dent Works on YouTube said Narcos,
What's that?
the Netflix series.
Oh, I've never watched
Really,
it.
really good.
What's that about?
Just kingpins. A lot of kingpins.
Yeah.
There was a series about Pablo Escobar. Probably one of the
Oh,
top.
in Colombia, Medellin?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. They have 2 seasons of.
Paula said I should have scaled out of that maybe, and she's right. Absolutely right. But
Paula's
see,
really good with scaling.
Now,
yeah, she's great. Paula's a great trader. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of scaling out at times because I don't know. In that situation, yeah, that's probably what I should have done. You know, but if you get that sell signal quick, you know, I'd rather just be in and out of that trade. But that's definitely a trade I should have either scaled out on or held.
Do you remember why did you get out?
Because we
Was it
had
breaking down?
we had a 1,100 point drop that day.
Mhm.
I says, you know, like the day before the markets popped, day before that on Monday the markets dropped like 2,000 points again or something like that. And I says, we might get a little pop here, so let me just exit out of that trade. I already locked in a nice profit that day. I mean, I was up a couple grand that day. And I says, you know what? I don't want to risk it tomorrow and have a big loss tomorrow if we get a big pop. And they expired the next day. So
Thursdays, right?
No, that expired this
Okay.
week. But, you know, I sold this on Wednesday.
Mhm.
And that was the worst time to sell it, you know, because then yesterday we had that big drop. Then today, you know, Expedia's at new lows again, down 1.5%. You know, what did they say? They're out of face masks? So, you know, I should have, you know, and it's like I still get upset about things I do, you know. So it's hard when you get upset about something and then try to explain it to someone else too sometimes,
Yep.
you know.
Yep.
I mean, I do my best, and I'm always here. Whenever people ask questions, I love helping them out.
So that's why it's very important to have the trade journal.
Yeah.
To go back to see.
I was doing the trade journal for a while there. I stopped doing it. I should do that again. I was sending it out to members as well, and I think that really helps them. So
You know,
I'll do
after the
that.
market's done, you see why you got out of it. Does it meet the criteria of your trade plan, or was it just emotional?
yeah,
You see that, okay, I didn't follow my trade plan. Like, if I would have just sat back, maybe took a break, clock out, go to lunch, trade plan is all the top 5 rules of the trade plan is applicable, and look, there it is.
Hmm.
So, and all that goes to you reviewing those trades you get in, and the trades that you get out, and just studying after the market.
Were you with us during our last trade challenge?
Last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were?
Oh yeah, when you took that thing to 65?
62,000.
When I tell people that, they don't believe me.
I'm going to show you the statements there when we get on our lunch break here.
Oh,
But
they're like, "Oh, you're full of it." Yeah, okay. Well, he must have been pushing a lot of a huge account. I was like, "No, he started off with 2,500."
yeah.
Could you imagine if we started in December with the space trade?
Oh my God, I know. That's what I was thinking about too.
I'm thinking
but
like, wow, that's space trade.
we're starting the trade challenge again though in April, so that's going to be a really nice setup here with the markets down.
April what?
April 1st. So
That's not April Fool's, right?
No, it's not. It's starting April 1st. So I think that's going to be a perfect time because I think the markets might be settled by then, you know, depending if it warms up and this virus gets out of here.
Mhm.
You know, I think that's going to be a big deal, you know. So we might have a bigger, a bigger trade challenge than we did the first one.
Yeah.
You know, and what was I getting at though? There's a reason why I brought that up. What the heck was the reason? Why did I...
Your journal entries, maybe.
After the trade journal, you brought up something that was a good point I wanted to talk about.
Checking your trades.
Oh yeah, so during the trade challenge, what I was doing, I only had about 3 trades on at a time max. You know, and what the beauty of that was, you know, like if we did a day trade, we did a day trade live on camera and live on, I don't think it was on YouTube, I think it was on WebEx for my members back then.
Mm-hmm.
And so here goes Expedia dropping lower here, big candle lower there. So what we did was we were doing the trade challenge, 3 trades max at a time. The beauty of it though was if we had a day trade, we bought, we sold, and that was it. And that we were using a cash account at that time. And so the nice thing about it was if we have a swing trade, we say, okay, here's our target for the swing trade, here's where we're going to stop. And so if you have 3 trades, you can manage those really easy. But when you have, like, for example, when I run a promotion or something and we get a lot of signups, you get those members that say, hey, I want to trade every single day. I want 5 trades a day.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, that's just unrealistic. You're not, there's some days you're going to make 10 trades a day. There's some days you're going to make 0 trades.
Quality over quantity.
Yeah, exactly. Quality over quantity. And you know, you just have to, I think it's better for the trade challenge if we stick to like maybe the same thing, 3 trades at a time. That way everyone gets a feel for those trades. Everyone knows what's going on. You know our trade plan, you know our targets, you know our stops, and it's easy to follow along. Thank you. So, you know, I think that's what we're going to do with the trade challenge again. What do you guys think of that? You know, stay with a lower quantity there, but good quality? Or what are your thoughts on that, guys?
Quality over quantity.
Let me just mute this quick. I need to.
Officials say
Sorry, guys. Just had to blow my nose there. British Airways just announced massive job losses, saying it's the worst situation for airlines. Michael Ballard said he's tempted to snag some Gilead calls. They have to release results within the next week or so. Yeah, Gilead should do really well. Dow is still climbing after being in the BDM there. Expedia still dropping, though. I think Expedia is going to continue to drop, you know? Let me ask you, do you see a big difference down there in the, Fort Lauderdale, Miami area? Are people not going to the stores? Are they,
There's nobody
is it
on the
dead?
streets.
Really?
Yeah.
It's that bad? Wow.
Just your normal commute. And, yeah.
So they're all saying quality for sure. Juan Chismo says, when's the next trade challenge start? April 1st. That's not an April Fool's joke. I think so too. I think we should have 2-3 trades tops at a time, manage those, that way, we make sure we're locking in profits and they're profitable trades. We don't let anything get away from us and stay with the, 3, maybe 4 tops, but
Yeah.
3 is a good number,
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Look at Expedia still continuing to break down there. You see that? I mean, if we just got into some puts when we were talking about that, we probably would have made a nice quick profit as well. But for me, the option premiums are so expensive right now. There's no need to really jump in. I want to wait for those swing trades. I love, in this type of market, I like swing trades.
Yeah. And some people, when you're looking at Expedia,
April 3rd. Charlie Lima.
I was just trying to say, they just think about it. Expedia. When you want to go on a trip, right? What's the first thing you look at? What's the first thing you do when you are looking at a trip? How much it's costing. Expedia has a full service, car, flight, hotel, all in one, right?
Yeah.
What's the time of the year? Spring break.
I know, yeah. Yeah, you're right. This is their
Spring break.
their biggest revenue time.
Right, for kids sending off to grandma's house or spring breakers traveling.
Absolutely.
So it's gonna take a hit. It's right around this time now. And you go to the beaches in Fort Lauderdale, they're still
Dead or busy? Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a lot.
A lot of spring breakers.
A lot of spring breakers.
Sounds good to me.
And it's actually spring break down there lasts for a month.
Really?
It's a month.
When does spring break start?
This week. This
week?
Past week, and then down you have different colleges, different schools that go into different spring breaks. So spring break South Florida is 4 weeks.
Medicaid services
4 weeks long.
Medicare to be covering COVID-19.
Now look at this. You could get a non-stop flight from Orlando to Medellin for $142.
Sign me up.
I know, right? We should go out there.
Sign me up.
Hey, if he lets us stay with him a few days, maybe we could do that.
Sign me up.
I don't want to go anywhere where I don't know anyone,
You don't.
Medicare's initial payment for CDC.
Paul says quality trades so he could grow his small account. Absolutely.
And a non-CDC test will be around $51.
A coronavirus test is going to be $51? That's it?
Really?
Yeah. If I just heard correctly.
Is that before COVID or after?
Carnival CCL has halted their Costa cruises through April 3rd. Look at Expedia now continuing to drop there on that news.
Oh, yeah.
CMS says it's permitting Medicare Advantage plans to waive the cost.
Let's see what CCL's doing there. Carnival Cruise Line. Carnival Cruise Line, is up 18% this morning. It's now up only 7.88%. Look at that candle now dropping. Diamond still in the NTZ right there. Our breakfast just came from, where is this from?
First watch.
First Watch. There's that quinoa stuff. Quinoa. So you're a pretty healthy eater, I see, huh?
I wish.
I see your stuff compared to mine. I'm like, yeah, that's probably why I'm
This is just
the
a
way I am.
Honestly, I love to eat. I love to eat.
You want ketchup or anything there?
No, I'm good right now. Thanks.
Diamond's still in the NTZ here. CCL, it broke down a little bit, but came down to support. Let's see. Bank of America option alert, June 1923 put coming in. Not too much going on. NVIDIA call sweeps coming in. Let me take a look at NVIDIA quick. I think I'm more comfortable and open up more when someone's here and talking compared to the boring days when I'm just here alone and, you know, just watching the charts on my own there. But
We want the best of you, Dave.
I know. Guys, it's after 11 now, so we're going to shut off the live video. We got some work to do here. We're going to be live again in the trade room and on the website for members. So if you want to get signed up, go to breakingchartalerts.com, click join now, and then once you join now, first off, click sign up for our professional trader membership. You could sign up for the monthly or the yearly. If you want the trade challenge, sign up for the professional trader, and then if you want the afternoon videos as well, that's professional trader. If you just want the trade room and the morning session, then the trader package is fine for you. This is just basic news here. That's really not for trading. This is for trading, trade room and morning video. This is trade room, morning video, trade challenge, live videos, morning, afternoon, and the classes. So if you want to sign up for the year, it'll be $1,400 for the year using promo code LOYAL, or $250 per month if you want to sign up monthly. So come join us once you sign up. If you want to download our trading app, it's free as long as you have a membership. You could click on iOS app or the Android app. You could sign up for our app on the App Store. And then, like I said, click on the live trade room, and we're going to be in there right now. And we're going to be working on some content for the site and for members and classes as well. So I'll be in there from now on, guys. If you guys want to come, just sign up and come give it a shot. Alrighty, guys, any questions, please let me know. You could message us on our Facebook page, Breaking Chart Alerts, and we'd be happy to get in touch with you. And then if you need help on the site too, there's also help on the site there for you guys. So hope you guys have a great day. God bless, and I will see you guys at 2 p.m. Live trading video, 2 p.m. if you're a professional trader member on BreakingChartAlerts.com. Alrighty, guys, take care, and God bless. Have a great day. See you in the afternoon. Bye-bye.